San Diego, a weather paradise, and Petco, a veritable baseball garden of Eden. Game 2 with the Pirates tonight. Everett Cabrera, Padres leadoff man, on base 3 times last night, a key RBI double against the Pirates. And for Pittsburgh, a chance to see again the reigning most valuable player in the National League a year ago, Andrew McCutchen. In June, he leads every major league hitter with most hits. Yes, sir. Game 2, 3-game series. It's the San Diego Padres hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. And good evening, everyone. A happy Tuesday to you with Mark Grant, Dick Kemberg. It's always exciting when you're able to talk about a young man making his major league debut.
I'm so excited for Jesse Hahn. I'm sure he is too. Why? Not one day in AAA, straight from AA, the young right-hander who's 24 years old, going through his routine, which makes him prepared to pitch in this big league ball game. And at San Antonio, the nice numbers, 2-1 record, the ERA 2.2. And you know what? He's going to find out quickly that it's different than AA. These big league hitters, they'll turn around the fastball. So the question tonight is this, a couple of them. How deep will Jesse Hahn go in tonight's ball game? And secondly, will he be able to command that fastball to get these big league hitters out?
And he goes against a man even younger than he, 23-year-old Garrett Cole, former UCLA All-America. He's 5-3 this year, and he throws flames.
And this is a kid that you can build a rotation around, the fast track to the big leagues, and paying dividends ever since he's been there. A nice ERA under 4 at 3.8, but he's got a power arm. He's got a power slider and a changeup as well, a curveball once in a while. So Garrett Cole, he's fun to watch. This should be a good matchup tonight.
Well, we know that the Pirates bring in the good bats. Their number 8 hitter went 4 for 4 last night. They're tough.
This Bucko lineup really has a lot of diversity. They've got some pop. They've got guys who can get on base. But one of the reasons why I think the Pirates have done so well since May 1st, second in batting average, first in on base, tied for first with hits, I think it starts at the top of the order with Josh Harrison filling in for Tabata. His on-base percentage up above 330. Neil Walker batting second, and then you've got Andrew McCutchen, right? So when you've got Andrew McCutchen hitting third, those two hitters are going to get some good pitches. That's why I think that's the spark of this Pittsburgh Pirate lineup.
Well, Buddy Black strapped last night. He had to go to his bullpen 7 times, so it is exhausted. You got to make a change. You got to bring up fresh arms. And one of those tonight is a veteran call-up. We'll meet him with Chris Button when we return to Petco Park.
Welcome back to San Diego. As Dick was saying, a lot of pitches, a lot of innings yesterday, so they had to make some room for some fresh faces. The Padres announcing some transactions today, and let's get to them. Jesse Hahn has been recalled from Double-A. He'll start today on the mound. Left-handed pitcher Jason Lane. The Padres purchased his contract from El Paso, so to make room, Don Roach has been optioned to Triple-A, and Eric Stoltz is on bereavement for the next few days. Getting back to Lane, he's had quite the journey in his 15-year professional career, moving from a position player to now a pitcher, and this will be Lane's first stint in the bigs as a pitcher. Here's more on the 37-year-old's journey.
Man, it's been a grind, but it's been well worth it to get back to this point, and I'm pretty excited. It's a totally different feel than the first time, and I want to say it means a little bit more this time. I think there's always that fire in there, and I just love playing on both sides, and you know, being in the National League as a pitcher, I still was able to help the team out offensively in pinch hits and games I started, getting to hit, and I just love playing.
That's your Geico quote of the game. What a great story from Lane. Well, can the Padres cool off the Bucks' bats? It'll be in the hands of Jesse Hahn. We've got first pitch coming up between the Pirates and the Padres on Fox Sports San Diego.
Well, the combination last night of Charlie Morton's arm and a 16-hit attack by the Pirates, a 10-3 victory. Game 1, Game 2 of the 3-game series. A beautiful night here in downtown San Diego as the Padres take the field. Pirates 27-30 on the season. The Chargers 26-32. And here's the starting lineup brought to you by Mattress Discounters. Josh Harrison will lead it off. He's been a fine leadoff hitter for the Bucks. Neil Walker, one of the best hitting second basemen in all of baseball. Andrew McCutchen, much said about him, all deserved. Ike Davis, the cleanup man. Russell Martin behind the plate, bats fifth. Pedro Alvarez, the home run hitter. He's got 10. Travis Snyder, we saw him last night as a pinch hitter, delivered a base hit. Jordy Mercer on base 5 times last night, 4 base hits. And Garrett Cole, a good hitting pitcher on the mound.
And you get one chance for a first impression. Jesse Hahn is going to grab the rock and make his major league debut. Straight jump from Double-A. He throws the fastball, the slider, curveball, and the changeup. Rare use of that slider His fastball range is anywhere from 90 to 95, but he'll live around 92, maybe 93. Let's see if he can locate that pitch tonight.
He was drafted 4 years ago out of Virginia Tech and required Tommy John immediately. Behind Hahn tonight, the Padre defense brought to you by the Arumco Group. Smith in left. Maben starts tonight in center with Venable in right. Headley, Cabrera, Jerko, and Alonso, the usual infield alignment, with Rene Rivera behind the plate. So the veteran there to handle Jesse Hahn. We'll see how his nerves are going to wear here early on. He's a big man, 6'5" and 190, from Groton, Connecticut, and as we said, Virginia Tech, and did not pitch in 2010 after he's drafted by Tampa Bay in the 6th round. Missed all of 2011 with Tommy John.
You know what I'm hoping for, Dick? Strike one. First pitch in the big leagues, a strike right down the middle. Get that first pitch under your belt. Take it from there. I've always felt the first pitch, the first out, are the ones that you really want to get out of the way. And then you can concentrate on going deep into the ballgame.
On a broader scope, the man we just saw in the dugout would like to see 5 innings after last night. Wore a path to the mound as Tim Stauffer unable to get through the 3rd inning and required Torres, Quackenbush, Thayer, Vincent, Roach, and Patton to work. Alan Porter will call the balls and strikes tonight. The rest of the crew, Joe West, Rob Drake, and Seth Buckminster. And we're underway. The first pitch is not a strike to the left fielder, Josh Harrison. Harrison on a 6-game hitting streak. Up high again, 2-0. 93 on the fastball. Bud Black likes the fact that Hahn has the height and is a pitcher downhill. And he gets a strike there, 2-1.
He goes from the extreme first base side. He's going with the high pants, the all blue socks.
Strike 2. 95 on that pitch.
He's got good arm swing. Nice out of the glove. Long stride from Hahn. And we saw him in spring training. We liked him.
Saw a fly ball back of second. Jerko drifts out and makes the play. And here comes second baseman Neil Walker. Walker had a big night last night. 3 hits, 3 RBIs. He leads the team now in runs batted in, 32. That's a pretty good total for a man hitting second in the order. And 10 home runs tied with Pedro Alvarez. I would think he'd get some all-star votes in the balloting. Tough with runners in scoring position. We saw that last night. And he leads all National League second basemen in home runs and all Major League second basemen in RBIs. That ought to get you a vote or two.
Sure it would.
Well, he fell behind Harrison, got him to pop up. Now 2-0 to Walker. That's in there.
Got pretty good movement on that 2-seam action on that fastball there at 93. If he stays down there, he could create a lot of ground balls for Jesse Hahn.
His dad, a big Pittsburgh fan, so naturally, like father, like son, he grew up following the Pirates. And of course, Roberto Clemente is a family name in the Hahn household. Hey, bring your glove and make a play. And then hand it off to that young smiling fan.
That's great. Everybody in the family is bringing their glove to the ball yard.
Oop, inside, almost nicked Walker. When Hahn heard the news from the El Paso manager, Rich Dower, he said, better bring your hair cutting equipment. What do you mean? Up to San Diego. He's the barber. Get a free cut.
Yeah, he was cutting some heads in spring training, wasn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, over in Peoria.
Protective swing, and Walker still alive, 3-2. Andrew McCutcheon on deck. Well, tomorrow a day game, folks, and Should be a beautiful sunshiny day. Some of the kids out of school, bring them out, see a ball game. Ian Kennedy against Francisco Liriano, the matchup. Good pitching matchup. 3-2 again. Broken bat, one hopper to Cabrera, 2 away. And right now we're going to look at the keys to the game with Mark Grant, brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County.
Thank you very much, Mr. Enberg. Get on the Cole heater. Garrett Cole, he's got the good fastball. He's waiting to go out there in the bottom half. So if the Padres can turn that around, get some base runners, see what they can do. And Hahn's got to keep them close. Keep those Pirates close. Hey, if he gets the lead, it would be nice to give him some breathing room as well early. And like you said, Dick, hopefully he can go 5, maybe into the 6th inning.
And big if he can get out of this first inning facing 3 tough hitters unscathed. Here's McCutchen, 1 hit last night. His last time up, he doubled to right center. He is a June hitter in the last 3+ years in June, hitting .346.
First 2 pitches, he's gone soft on him. First pitch changeup, second pitch curveball.
Highest averages since 2011. Trout, Miggy Cabrera, Posey, and McCutchen, and David Wright. How about that company?
No June gloom there, huh?
Fastball buried into the glove of Rivera. 2-1. Well, he fell behind all 3 hitters, 2-0. Rallied to get Harrison and Walker.
That's a great located fastball, isn't it?
Nice and smooth, huh?
How many O's?
3, 4, 5, 6 O's.
6 O's. And there's the proof right there. Getting up on top, hitting that outside corner. That is a well located fastball.
Struck him out. That's a great first inning debut. Major league pitcher Jesse Hahn. 1, 2, 3. Brought to you by Buick. Visit your local Buick dealer or go to Buick.com. By Petco, the power of together. By your San Diego Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at Southwest.com. So young Jesse Hahn retires the Pirates in order in his first inning of Major League pitching. And now let's go to the Padre lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Cabrera with Headley again in the second slot. Seth Smith will hit third. Yonder Alonso cleanup. Then Jed Jerko. Will Venable in the 6th slot. Cameron Maben hitting over 300. Bat 7th. Then Rene Rivera and Jesse Hahn. Cabrera starts at 248, and Garrett Cole, he's 6'4" and a stocky 240. He's from Newport Beach, went to high school in Orange County, and a collegiate at UCLA. He was a high pick out of high school and elected not to take the money. He wanted to go to UCLA.
Well, right out of the gate, Dick, 96 on the fastball.
It looked like he just kind of let up and just
exactly using that big frame of his. Four seamers, curveball, changeup. This kid has got a power arm.
He'll get it over 100 miles an hour. Doesn't have to, but he's got the ability. And against the Padres last September in Pittsburgh, he pitched only 6 innings and he struck out 12, his career high. 96 again, just inside.
You know, he kind of reminds me a little bit like Andrew Cashner, where he's got the big, easy, smooth delivery, and that ball just jumps out of his hand. It doesn't seem to be a violent motion.
No, almost like you're playing catch in the backyard. Three and one.
Very simple delivery. Look at him use those legs right there. Get that backside going. Drive with those thighs, kind of knee down towards the ground a little bit. Stiff front side. Getting that torque on the upper part of the body.
Full count. All fastballs to Cabrera. All at 95, 96. Andrew Cashner hopeful that he'll be on the mound this weekend against the Washington Nationals.
They even kind of look alike, huh?
Mm-hmm. Beard and the good moss. Or salad. Is it moss or salad?
It's both. Either is fine.
Okay.
I like it. Cabbage.
Curly cabbage for Cashner there. Chopped to the first base side, just foul. You saw Ike Davis try to wave it into fair territory as he made the reception. So how fast is Cole? 4th fastest on average in the majors this year at 95.7. We saw that young Kansas City hurler Yordani Ventura. He was something, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's the average. That's not them topping out. That's their average fastball speed, and that's impressive.
Full count to Cabrera. He laid off. Ball 4. That's a good start. A good at bat for Cabrera. Well, the Pirates set up their defense this way. It's brought to you by Honda. Harrison and left, McCutcheon center field, and Snyder will patrol right field. Alvarez at third, Mercer the shortstop, Walker and Davis on the right side, Martin behind the plate for Cole. Chase Headley. Cabrera with 12 steals. He takes off on the first pitch. The throw by Martin is in time. It was a one-hopper, but it went right to the bag. Cabrera almost tagged himself out. Perfect throw by Martin, even though it didn't get there on the fly.
Well, I like that Everett Cabrera being aggressive early on. High leg kick from Garrett Cole. Wow, Mercer played that hop nicely. It was a low hop. He didn't really have to go up and get it. He stayed down on it. Right on the hand just before he touches the bag.
Had to be perfect, and it was.
And no argument from Everett Cabrera either. No body language saying that, hey, I got in there.
So close for number 13. Been nice to get that man at second with no one out here in the first inning, but Headley a rough night last night. 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. That ball fouled at the plate, so his average down under the 200 line at 197.
And Mr. Enberg, they have the shift on right there. Even right there, just a lot of room. Chase Headley can go that way, but the spray charts show that he likes to hit the ball there. Outfield pretty straight away, although Snyder in right field, he's really shading that right center field gap.
Yeah, they give him the corner in right. Off speed at 90 on that pitch, 2-2. And a gap in left center because Harrison is way over near the line in left field. But when's the last time you saw Headley hit a ball to left center field? He hits that kind of ball into the right field corner, foul. Missed by about 10 feet.
Dick, it's worth revisiting that shift right there as you see the 3 on the right side and then That's the lone infielder, as Chase Headley has all that room on the ground. And then look at here. Look how far over he is in the right center field gap.
And the count goes full. He went 3-2 to Cabrera, walked him. Now Headley has taken it full. Strike 3 called. Headley caught looking at a breaking ball. First strikeout for Cole, 2 away, and time for the Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. And we mentioned earlier, Cole, a career high last September. In just 6 innings, he struck out 12 Padres in a very impressive performance and win.
Let me guess, that's 2 strikeouts an inning. Average.
2 times the
Carry the.
Right on. 10-1 win. That's what was really
A plus,
the number.
A plus, Professor?
I'm not giving any pluses yet. Too early in the semester. We've got 104 games to go, you know.
Yeah.
Or more.
That's right.
Seth Smith, 310 average, leading the club. Well, technically, Maven at 311 has the best batting average, but much less appearances. Number 8 in the National League in slugging percentage. Number 4 in on-base percentage. Leading in home runs 6, doubles 13, triples 3, walks 27. What an acquisition, Seth Smith. 2-1 the count. Same alignment for Smith with the shift on as they used against Headley. 3 balls and a strike. Foul back.
You know, one thing I've noticed, I know this is only game 2 and we're in the first inning, but Garrett Cole is following what Charlie Morton did last night. Not afraid to throw fastballs into lefties. I mean, they are challenging these hitters.
Got a little extra on that. 98 miles an hour on a 3-1 pitch. All 3 hitters full count here in the first inning.
And did you see what Garrett Cole finished off Chase Headley with? Full count. Yacker, curveball, nasty. That was a fastball there to Seth Smith.
When you throw 98, you can take nasty to filthy. Huh?
Yes, nice. I like the vernacular. That's nice.
Hanging around that clubhouse. Weak swing and a miss by Smith. He was fooled as he got the curveball, as did Headley. A couple of strikeouts for Cole, no score.
Diego, top of the second, no scores. We get to know 3 things on Jesse Hahn. Interesting note, he was teammates with Mets pitcher Matt Harvey in high school at Finch Senior High School. That was in Connecticut. Also in high school, pretty big basketball player. So good that he had some letters sent from Division I schools to play some college basketball. And as you guys mentioned, he's good with the scissors. He cut his teammates' hair during spring training, which all makes sense now. When he got the call up, they said, "Hey, do you have your scissors with you?" And he said, "No, why?" And they said, "Because Buddy Blackman need a haircut. You're headed to San Diego." It all comes full circle now.
Yeah, that's a great story. Second inning, no score. It'll be the middle 3 in the Bucks order: Ike Davis, Russell Martin, and Pedro Alvarez. And with a strikeout in a 1-2-3 first inning. Foul tip, 1-1. It was a significant trade with Tampa Bay in the offseason, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Logan Forsythe going to the Rays. Brett Boxberger.
3 pitchers, young pitchers to Tampa Bay. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Good one. Second strikeout.
Oh, it looks like Jesse Hahn left Uncle Charlie on the pass list. Look at this, up on top, great arm speed and great rotation. That is off the table. That's a 12-6er. That's a nose to toes.
That had plenty of break. Russell Martin, the hitter. In spring training, Hahn did not throw any sliders. He wanted to just stay with a changeup, fastball, curveball. He'll throw an occasional slider now, but it's still part of the whole rehabilitation from the Tommy John. They don't want to overwork that arm.
If thrown correctly, the curveball is better on the arm than the slider. Because essentially what you're doing is just turning your wrist. Slider, you're kind of working around the ball a little bit, and that puts a little too much torque on your elbow if not thrown correctly.
Another 2-0 count. Ripped into left field as Martin, a solid single through the hole. First hit of the game to the catcher, Russell Martin. That'll help his .239 average and bring up Pedro Alvarez. Alvarez checks in with the power numbers: 10 homers and 31 runs batted in. His average is down .227. Infield will swing around, stack up the right side. Only Cabrera on the left side as Headley moves closest to second base on the second base side. Jerko way over into the hole, and Alonso holding on the runner. So Hahn working from the stretch for the first time. On the inside corner, and let's take a look at the Southwest Airlines spray chart on Alvarez.
I like it. Tells me that he's going to right center field. He's going to left center field majority of the time. You make a mistake on an off-speed pitch, he'll pull it that way. Therefore, 14 hits to right field, and occasionally he will go to left.
That spray chart belies the alignment, because they're lined up as if he's going to pull it to the right side, where he really plays the middle of the field based on the chart.
Yeah, you see the 3 infielders on that right side there. Number 4, shortstop area. And then the outfield swinging a little bit towards the shortstop side in center field.
It's well planned, well scouted. It's a nice fastball at 93, and again, much like his pitching opponent, Garrett Cole, not a lot of effort. Alvarez last night was able to defeat the shift on a couple of at-bats, a couple of hits. Just drove it through a hole. Smaller holes on that right side, but he found them. But he didn't find that fastball. Went up the ladder. Third strikeout for Jesse Hahn.
Went up the ladder with the fastball to get Alvarez. And you know what? That's a great spot. It's elevated. It's on the inner half of the plate. You can't get hurt up there. Look at how tied up Alvarez is there, trying to get his hands through. Good luck on that pitch.
Travis Snyder, left-handed hitter, steps up. The Top pinch hitters in the National League, 7 for 22, gets a start tonight. And going back to Jesse Hahn, he was regarded as a first or second round draft pick at Virginia Tech, but hurt his elbow. But everyone saw the potential and still drafted in the 6th round by Tampa Bay. Got the Tommy John. And when Josh Burns made the trade with Tampa Bay, and Logan Forsythe and Tissenbaum, young infielder, Boxberger, Lawless, and greasy pitchers, everyone read Alex Torres being the key member of the trade coming to the Padres. That'll be foul, because the Padres need that left-handed pitcher in the bullpen with Joe Thatcher in Arizona. But the surprise to us, but not to Burns, was he all along wanted Jesse Hahn.
And you can see why. Absolutely.
Figuring that Hahn now has had time to recover from the Tommy John. Pitched a little last year, not a lot. And they saw in spring training that he has a live arm. 1-2 coming up. Snyder lifts it to shallow left. A long run for Cabrera into foul territory, and he can't make the play. Foul ball. And back to first base, Russell Martin, who was hustling all the way. Big effort by Cabrera, just missed.
That is a long run for Cabrera, and the old slip and slide. He's going so hard at. Look how far he slides right there, and then he hits the sandpaper. He's still going.
Like on ice.
This will give you a good idea how far he actually ran for that flash slip.
That's got to be about 35 yards.
Yeah.
Put the Padres in field goal position. Catch that. Back with a 1-2, Hahn.
You know, I think having Rene Rivera behind the plate tonight also for Jesse Hahn takes a lot of the think work out of Jesse Hahn's head. He's just going to put down some fingers, throw up a target, and Jesse just needs to hit that target. And I think that's a bonus for the young right-hander. Trust his catcher.
Absolutely. Curveball, strike 3 call. That one with a big bend just nipped the outside corner. So Hahn strikes out the side. 4 in the first 2 innings for the right-hander from Connecticut. And look at Rivera help him out with that framing. Here come the Padres, bottom of the 2nd. Earlier tonight, on-field ceremonies, Fox Sports San Diego General Manager Henry Ford presented a donation of $10,000 to Star Pal. an organization that empowers underserved youth to build a safer and more prosperous community by engaging them with law enforcement. Fox Sports San Diego supporting Star Pal with a $10,000 donation tonight. And the chief of police here in San Diego, part of the ceremony, she's been on the board of directors of Star Pal, is going to join us the next inning. And you're going to meet a fireball in Shelley Zimmerman.
Oh, yeah.
Yonder Alonso leads off the bottom of the second. Garrett Cole struck out 2 in the first inning, and Alonso lifts that one to left field. Harrison coasts toward the line for the first down. Brings up Jed Jerko. Cole, as a rookie last year, was 10-7. Got his baptism in the playoffs. Pitched in 2 of the games of the National League Division Series against St. Louis. Had a 7-1 win.
Yeah, he was very impressive. 117 innings pitched, fewer hits at 109. He only walked 28. So power arms, got decent control.
Padres beat him 2-1. Ian Kennedy outpitched him in the other outing last year, and then he came back with that 10-1 win and 12 strikeouts. 2-0 to Jerko. Will Venable on deck. One out here in the second. No score. Padres hunting for their first hit. In there at 93. His dad, Garrett Cole's dad, growing up in Syracuse, New York, was a Yankee fan. And anyone who followed the Yankees, no matter what era, admired greatly the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Ground ball to the right side. Walker had to range to the grass and throws out Jerko. 2 away. And so Cole, when they asked him, who do you admire in baseball, he said, Lou Gehrig. You don't find many young guys saying, man from the 20s and 30s. And speaking of Gehrig, on this exact day, June 3rd, Gehrig hit 1, 2, 3, 4 home runs in a row and just missed, hit the wall with number 5. First man in baseball history, 4 consecutive home runs in a game. Oh, he was a big man.
Oh, the Iron Horse.
Talk about a 1-2 punch. Ruth and Gehrig.
You know, it tells you a little bit of something about the baseball intellect of Garrett Cole and Jesse Hahn, because Jesse Hahn, being the Pirate fan, admiring Roberto Clemente at the young age of 24.
Yeah, right on.
And that's really refreshing, isn't it?
That's dad teaching well.
Yes.
Huh? Venable checking in at 2:08 tonight. Still on 1 home run for the season after 22 a year ago. 97 on that fastball. You better be ready, and then when you're geared up for the fastball, as you must be, then that curveball striking out both Headley and Smith. Goes back to the fastball inside, 2-2. You got a feeling Cole's about to throw that yacker.
Pump that one up to 98.
Line drive, right field corner, fair ball. Venable has the Padres' first hit, and it's for extra bases. A double for Venable with 2 outs here in the second.
Well, Dick, you talked about the breaking ball from Garrett Cole, and with 2 strikes, Will Venable has to be really quick. Maybe went to the well one too many times. A heavy dose of fastballs in. Will sounds like he breaks that bat. He would gladly sacrifice that for the double, but he was very quick to that baseball. The front foot was down. Getting those hands through quickly for the double with 2 outs.
The Padres have a man in scoring position for the first time on their initial hit, and Cameron Maben steps up. Way outside. Cole having to pitch from the stretch for the second time. He walked Cabrera, but he only had to throw one pitch from the stretch because Cabrera tried to steal on the first pitch. Strike. 1-1. Now the Padres last in the majors in hitting .224. Where it is most painful is in that runner in scoring position category. They were 1 for 11 last night, so they had chances. Although 10-3 was a big margin to make up. But here's their first opportunity tonight, and Maben awaits now the 2-1 pitch.
Well, you take a look at the arsenal of Garrett Cole. Fastball heavy. Generally speaking, when you have a pitcher that has 4 types of pitches, it's going to be heavy on the fastball. We've seen the nice curveball at 16%, occasionally a slider and a changeup.
Swing and a miss, and there's the curve. That's wicked.
Wicked it is. Gets on top of it. Good depth to it.
What'd you see? About halfway there, it took a sharp left-hand turn. Another 2-2 count. Got him. Right back with the breaking ball. So 3 strikeouts for Cole. Hahn has 4. No score after 2. Broadcast booth. The new chief of police for the city of San Diego. She's been in the police department for 32 years. Shelley Zimmerman. She's a sports fan, and I'll guarantee you don't want to go arguing about football and baseball with her. Nice to have you with us, Chief.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm honored to be here. Honor for the privilege to be the chief of police of the San Diego Police Department.
We've got a good one. And she grew up in Ohio, went to Ohio State University. And as the story goes, Chief, you went to the 1980 Rose Bowl game when your Buckeyes played USC, and you fell in love with San Diego.
That's correct. That was the best part of the trip. Unfortunately, with about 20 seconds left, Charles White scored a touchdown and beat my Buckeyes, took the national championship away from us that game. But I guess I would say I'm the product of tourism here in San Diego.
So you went to the zoo and you saw San Diego and you decided to stay here, didn't have a job?
Didn't have a job, didn't have a place to stay. I didn't know anyone, and got off the plane, and this is my new home.
Why
Couldn't
law
be happier.
Why law enforcement?
You know, I actually had planned to go to law school. My dad was a trial attorney in Cleveland, and I planned to do that, but I saw that the police department was hiring. I needed a job to put myself through law school, and I fell in love with it from day one, and here I am as the chief of police.
You were a criminal justice major, though, at Ohio State.
I was, yes.
Well, here's Jordy Mercer. He was a pain for the Padres last night. 4 hits, including a home run that got the Pirates on the board first, 1-0 early on. He'll be followed by Cole and then Harrison. Well, tonight, Tuesday night, Padres celebrating and honoring and saluting the first responder. Boy, he hadn't forgotten how to go that way. He had 3 hits last night to the opposite field, and Mercer with a single to open the 3rd inning. And tonight, especially the female first responders were here to be able to come out to the foul line and be applauded by the fans at Petco. I could be proud of those ladies, huh?
Fantastic. We have a fantastic police department, and we're actively hiring right now, and it's a great career for a woman, for a man. We just want the very best and the brightest from all of our communities, and we encourage everyone to come out. If you want to have an opportunity to make a positive difference in somebody's life every single day, then come join our police department.
What's the percentage women to
About 15% on our department are women.
15?
About 15, yes.
Bunt try by Cole goes foul.
Chief, before the game, a check was presented. Star Pell. It's a great event from Fox Sports San Diego. $10,000. Talk about Star Pell and what it means for law enforcement, and just what it means for the youth in our community.
Absolutely. You know, what we talk about is at Star Pell, sports training, academics, recreation, police athletic league, and it's bringing youth and law enforcement together today to build safer communities tomorrow. And we can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. That $10,000 is going to save lives, absolutely, as we build teamwork, build mentorship, help the youth make positive choices.
Hahn's got a play at second base. Maybe a double play. No, Cole runs much too well, but they put the pitcher on the bases, so that's a plus for the Padres defensively. You know, you made an interesting comment. We were at an event, the Challenge Athletes Foundation, just last week, and talking about the importance of sport, the Charger games, the Padre games to police force. It really makes a difference.
You know, that's true that we were talking about that at the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and it brings a community together. And as we talk about one city, one police department, everybody gets behind their sports teams and gets excited about that. And, here, with the Padres, with so many people that are here today, and many more that we want to come out, and it has that enthusiasm, and it brings all the different communities within San Diego together. And not just in San Diego, as I spoke about, is that I am from Cleveland and had the same effect in Cleveland. When the sports teams are doing well, the city does well.
And you, in a police car, can, on a big game, whether it be baseball or football, it's probably the lowest crime rate of the entire week, right?
That's very true. The Chargers, that they were in the playoffs last year, and everybody just, took a deep breath, and a lot of things were going very well in the city, and everybody was getting behind the sports teams. And we hope, the Padres here, that we're going to have a great season.
Here's leadoff hitter Harrison, and the curveball misses. You were in so many different departments as you grew through the police ranks to become the police chief. What was the most difficult challenge for you?
What I would say is that I wouldn't say any of them were a difficult challenge. My philosophy has always been that there's no bad assignments or just bad attitudes, and I come to work every single day with a huge desire, a passion just to make a difference, a positive difference in somebody's life. And I couldn't be more honored for this opportunity to be the chief of police.
One of my favorite stories, Chief, is when you had to go into a high school.
That's true.
And undercover, right?
Yes, 21 Jump Street.
How old were you at the time, and who did you try to? What class were you infiltrating?
It was. I went in as a junior at Patrick Henry High School. I was just a new rookie police officer. I was about 23 years old, and in the end of about a semester, I had made more than 100 narcotic purchases and arrested 70 students who were actively dealing drugs.
Wow. You went in as how'd you do in class?
I will tell you, once you've been to college, high school's a lot easier.
So as a 23-year-old, you're in there as a 17-year-old.
That's correct.
How many friends? I mean, did you notice that kids were coming up to you and wanting to be your friend, and just was it easy?
Well, what I noticed is that the students, unfortunately, there was quite a bit of drug dealing and drug usage at the school, which was extremely unfortunate. And so my role as a police officer was go to make sure that that those that were using drugs wouldn't use them anymore, and to arrest the drug dealers. And I would tell you that there was a lot of positive changes after that. And several of the students sought me out afterwards and thanked me for turning their life around because they knew they were going down the wrong path.
Good.
What a lady, huh? Well, we got a champ here.
Yeah.
How many women throughout the United States in a city this large, a metropolitan area? How many women are police chiefs?
You know, it's my understanding that in the top, I think, 10 or 15 cities for as far as population, that I'm the only one.
There's the 5th strikeout for Hahn, 2 away here in the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up Neil Walker. 32 years serving our community, and now at the very top where your influence, you're like the head coach here in San Diego.
Yeah, and some people are calling me the head coach. Some of them are calling me chief. Some are calling me the head coach. I do like to talk a lot about sports analogies because he is a police officer going out making a positive difference in somebody's life, motivating. We talk a lot about teamwork, service above self, and that's a lot about what the sports also does too.
Are you pretty hands-on, Chief, as far as, you know, you're not just up there in your office, but do you get out and like, to me, a good leader is one that goes down to the people who are working underneath, who are doing the things that nobody ever sees. Is that?
No, my style is definitely walking around.
Yeah.
I love to talk with people. This is a people business, and that is absolutely my style. You're right, being on more than 32 years, you know, working my way through the ranks.
Neil Walker goes the opposite field, and it carries away from Seth Smith. He thought he had a chance, but the ball just falls into the first row, and Walker, the leading home run hitter of all second basemen in the league, just crushed his 11th, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead.
Oh, we have to remember that Jesse Hahn has come from Double-A, right? Double-A to the big leagues. Usually in Double-A, you probably get away with a pitch like this, but Neil Walker putting up good numbers, batting in the number 2 slot. We talked about a great at-bat, taking a breaky ball. That's a curveball to a left-handed hitter, taking it the opposite way, over 370 feet possibly. That's very impressive from the left-handed hitter.
I didn't think that it would go all the way.
I didn't think so either, especially on a night like tonight. He hit that well.
Number 11, he now has 34 runs batted in to lead all major league second basemen. Good bat speed when he made contact and goes the opposite way for the home run. So here in the 3rd, the Pirates take the lead 2-0, and here's Andrew McCutchen.
I think you should go down, Chief, and arrest that man right there. Take him out of the game.
I think we can do that. Yeah. Right before he comes back up to bat.
So were you an Indians fan?
I grew up a Cleveland Indians fan, Cleveland Browns, Cavaliers, although we won't talk about LeBron. And unfortunately, the product of the Red Right 88, the drive, the fumble, the pitch, the shot. There hasn't been a lot of championships for me in Cleveland, but thankfully, as a graduate of The Ohio State University, we've had a few, so that's great.
Listen, with your knowledge about sports and your obvious passion, I'm getting a little nervous about you standing around too long. You're doing much too well with that microphone.
Well, like I said, sports brings everybody together, and it's about having relationships and making a connection with so many of the different people that we come in contact with in our community, and sports plays a huge part of that.
And the Star Pal thing is just unbelievable. I've been to that luncheon maybe 8-10 times.
You do a great job. Thank you.
You know, the celebrities that come in and they take tips for getting food and stuff like that. And the list of celebrities that come is just unbelievable each and every year.
You know, we talked about that Coach Fisher of the Aztecs now, and where else can you get that former coach of that team up north of Ohio to come with probably the biggest Buckeye fan, come together in San Diego to build safer communities for our youth.
McCutchen works that 3-2 pitch and takes ball 4. First walk from Jesse Hahn will bring up the cleanup man Ike Davis, and a visit from his catcher Rivera. Well, Chief, we're going to let you go enjoy the game. It was our delight to be able to have you with us.
Thank you very much. I'm honored.
We're so excited about you being the head coach.
I love that. Thank you very much, and we're all in this together. Make sure that San Diego is the safest city in the United States.
All right. Shelley Zimmerman, ladies and gentlemen.
Chief, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Chief of Police, San Diego, California. One of a kind.
And as a person, one of the kindest.
We'll see when you get in trouble how kind she is. 2-0 now, Pirates. A man aboard with 2 out. McCutchen with another walk. He has 44 this year. Davis struck out swinging the first time. Shift is on.
She's great, isn't she?
Oh, she's a dynamo.
Absolutely. Lucky to have her here in San Diego.
You know she's going to get things done, and done the right way. Yeah, she's campaigning. She'd like to see that football stadium built downtown. She said that it's a matter of fact that it's a delight when teams are doing well. People stay at home or go to the games, and they're not getting in trouble with somebody else, and enjoying rooting for their city and their team. Ground ball right into the shift, and Jerko placed perfectly for the out. But the Bucks on a single by Mercer, home run Walker, lead 2-0.
We talk about how strange yesterday was with the amount of pitches thrown that led to a lot of position changes, which also led to a lot of switcheroo regarding equipment. We saw Rene Rivera give his bat to Alex Torres when he had to go up to bat. And then when they switched at first base and third base, and Yonder Alonso took over for Chase Headley at third, he borrowed Chase Headley's glove, and I asked him why. He said, well, you know, Rene, I gave him a first base glove a couple days ago, but it wasn't broken in yet, so I let him borrow mine. So I needed a glove. I asked Chase, and I said, hey, why not? He's won a gold glove with it. It seems to work, so I'm going to use it. Chase said, take it whenever you want. He made a few good grabs with it. One other interesting note, when we talk about the amount of pitches thrown, you guys were talking about how many baseballs they went through. Average baseball game, I asked the equipment manager, Spencer, they go through 8 dozen. Take a guess of how many they went through yesterday.
Go ahead, Dick.
I'm going to say 20 dozen.
I'll go over and say 22.
Oh, 13.
Oh, only 13.
Yeah.
That's still 13 times 12.
Do the math. 156.
156 baseballs consumed last night. Rene Rivera trying to get something back for the Padres here in the bottom of the third. He'll be followed by Hahn. We'll see what kind of hitter he is, and then Cabrera.
I got 155. 13 times 12.
It's got to be 6.
3 times 2.
156. He's right. Don't
That's
argue.
Right. I was never good.
There
at
goes that A. I wanted to give it to you.
I was just checking to see if you were on it.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a lot of baseballs.
2-1 to Rivera. Only one hit. Venables 2-out double in the second. 2-2. Cole has been forced to use a considerable number of pitches, 41 already, with no one out in the third. But with his arm, he'll go over 100. A full count. He walked Cabrera to start the first inning. That's the only free ticket. 3 strikeouts.
He's gone over 100 pitches 6 times. Garrett Cole, the most he's thrown, 112. That was a couple starts ago.
Chop foul to third. I was just thinking about Chris Budden's report with the leather exchange. With Alonso giving his first base glove to Rivera because he didn't have one. Now Alonso doesn't have a mitt, so he goes to Headley and he gets Headley's. We have that baseball shuffle in every game here at Petco where you try to follow the ball and see under which hat it rests. We could have the leather exchange. Where's the ball hiding? Whose glove? Chase Headley very generous. As you mentioned last night, a lot of players superstitious. They don't want anyone getting near their glove. Ball 4. There's the start here in the third, a leadoff walk. And time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag #STFanPhoto. Chance to have it shown on our telecast brought to you by AT&T. We're going to see whether Hahn learned his bunting lessons well down in the minor leagues. Will be asked to sacrifice here. Alvarez creeps in on the grass at third. First baseman Davis has to hold Rivera.
And that's why you want to bunt down that first base line.
Squares early and fouls it off.
Tell you what, Ike Davis was crashing big time. Let's see, lifted that front leg of his.
And the Padres pitchers, when they take batting practice before every game, they not only work on the bunts and their swings, but they work on that butcher boy. In fact, we watched Hahn today, and he executed the butcher boy a couple of times rather well. And with that third baseman and first baseman right into his whiskers, maybe that's why Glenn Hoffman came down to whisper something in his ear. Yep, that's exactly what it was. But he fouls it away. Keep those corner infielders a little more honest. Wouldn't that have been something in his first major league at bat to get a base hit?
Yeah, you get some movement, maybe chop it off the plate. You get a high hopper. You find a hole maybe on that right side. Just trying to play a little pepper. But the key is on that play to hit it on the ground. You hit it in the air, it doesn't do any good unless you hit it out of the ballpark.
Takes inside. Trying to move Rivera into scoring position here in the third, trailing 2-0.
Look at Alvarez. My goodness.
And another good take. The rookie not chasing. Oh, boy, you better have a good dental plan.
Yeah.
And the bunt is a good one. Cole to first base. That little lob almost too low as Walker covers, and Hahn gets a hand as he goes to the dugout. Executed the bunt sacrifice with 2 strikes.
Well, it took a while, but he executed this perfectly. Cole with the high fastball bunts the top half, deadens it perfectly, even though you have 3 defenders rushing on the corners, that one being Garrett Cole. Well, nice changeup over to first base. That's got to be a good feeling for the kid.
Yeah.
High fives in that big league dugout.
Yeah, helping his own cause gives Cabrera and then Headley a chance to pick up a run. Cabrera backing out and plate umpire Porter bellowing timeout. Cabrera walked and was caught stealing. Strike 1. Curveball spins in there at 84. 15 games against the Bucks. Cabrera's enjoyed a .304 average. A double RBI double last night. Woo. 96.
Now, one thing I've noticed about home plate umpire Alan Porter, he is given the high strike, and according to tracks, that was a legitimate strike. And you know what, quite frankly, I kind of like it when you give the high strike like that. If that's what the strike zone is, and a pitcher throws a pitch there, he should be rewarded, no matter what uniform you're wearing.
Agreed. That's the rule. Throw it in there, you get a strike. Curveball hangs considerably outside, and it's 2-1. Cabrera's double last night was up the alley in left center. Up on the handle with 2 strikes. Got him. Number 4.
Well, Garrett Cole has so much to offer. We talked about him earlier in his repertoire, and usually fastball heavy. Almost 70%. Well, look at what he does here with the runner in scoring position. First pitch curveball, then he's going up and in. Kind of going soft, and then finishes it off with a curveball down out of the zone.
Chase Headley struck out on a curveball the first time, and he gets a curveball to begin this sequence. And another. Rivera at second, 2 out. Tried to get him to go up the ladder.
You can see exactly what he's trying to do. Curveball, curveball, fastball. Now, do you go back to the fastball because the hitter's got the curveball in the back of his mind? Quite a mind game going on right here.
What do you think?
I tell you what, I think you could freeze him with a fastball away, but I'm betting on Cole throwing another yacker right here. Nope, fastball.
And upstairs again. But he changes the eye level now. Yep. Headley looking up there, and you got to figure this one will be the curveball. But
he threw 3-2 right his first at bat. 3-2 curveball got Headley looking,
and he got Seth Smith on a 3-2 curveball. Just did foul off the curve. Who's going to win this battle? That's part of the charm of this great game. The individual battle. This is what the game's all about, pitcher hitter. The rest are complementary players, and you appreciate their talents. But ultimately, it comes down to this. Hitter looking for something he can hit, pitcher trying to fool you or overpower you. High fly ball back of short. Mercer called off by the left fielder Harrison, and that's it for the Padres. They leave Rivera stranded at second. Game tickets and transportation on the Fan Express 4-Star Pal. Their trip today sponsored by our partners at Kaiser Permanente. First Responders Night, Tuesday Taco Night. The women of the first responders, and many of them from the San Diego Police Department, honored before the game. Great to have Shelley Zimmerman, our very distinguished and energetic police chief, to be with us here in the broadcast booth on Fox Sports San Diego. It's made the night special already, huh?
Absolutely. Glad she had a chance to come up here and share some stories.
Meanwhile, Garrett Cole, allowing only one hit, the Venable double through the first 3 innings, leads 2-0. Russell Martin will start things in the 4th for Pittsburgh. Good curveball.
Well, Mark Sweeney joins us down by the Padre dugout. And Mark, your assessment of the young right-hander?
A nice beginning. I mean, if you look at it, good fastball, good curveball tonight. And you got to credit Walker for hitting a good pitch out of the ballpark.
I was really surprised on that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to go. How did it look from down there?
Well, I didn't get to. I was up in the press box still, but very impressive. I saw the replays, but it was spotted. It looks like he's got good chemistry with Rene Rivera tonight.
Bit inside. 2-1. He's got that fastball up to 95 miles an hour as he's reached the 60 pitch mark. And that will be closely monitored. He went just shy of 80 pitches his last outing in 5 innings. Bud Black, I think, at this point would take 5 innings. That would help that bullpen. You've got Benoit and Street, they're fresh, but that would be 8th and 9th inning. You need somebody to work that 6th and 7th if Hahn indeed just goes 5. And Martin has a leadoff walk.
Well, we're going to talk about the number 2 from Jesse Hahn, the curveball. At times tonight, he's really thrown a good one. Getting some help from Rivera. Get it down. Swung on and missed. Here's another one up top. Good rotation. Got the call on this one. And then Neil Walker. Mark Sweeney. It amazes me. A left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, backdoor curveball, taking it the opposite way. That's something special.
Looked like he was definitely doing that. That was one of his plans, and you have to have that, especially that rolling breaking ball away and to hit it out, especially here at Petco Park. Very impressive.
Yeah, because if you try to pull that ball, it's probably a weak grounder to the right side, right? That curveball.
Shift on for Pedro Alvarez with a leadoff walk to Martin. Alvarez struck out swinging the first time. He certainly didn't show any nervous jitters at all coming out for his major league debut. Well poised.
You know, Mark, that's what I wanted to ask you too, because it's so different that you're going through those emotions. For the hitter, it's one at bat that's you're nervous about, but then when you're throwing pitch after pitch, how do you calm those nerves?
I think it gets to a comfort level quicker, Mark, just because of that. You're getting the ball back. You're throwing 10, 20, 30 pitches now. Hahn, so take a look at the pitch count now is number 64. So I think the ease factor works a little bit quicker. And I think also the supporting cast. I think Bud Black, as soon as he was in the clubhouse yesterday, called him in, talked to him. And Rene Rivera, hey, here's how we're going to go. Darren Ballsy going into the meetings, going over the hitters. I think the supporting cast of his teammates helps with that as well before he takes them out for his big league debut.
And it's got to be different too from game planning, because there's not a lot of game planning in the minor leagues. It's executing your pitches. That is very different when you come up to the big leagues here, especially what Darren Ballsy does for the scouting reports.
And you know, he's going to find out really quickly. A 2-0 fastball down the middle, probably not going to be taken or fouling back. It's going to probably be hitting the gap somewhere.
2-1 now to Alvarez. And his ball to strike ratio is not as positive as Bud Black would like. Too many pitches out of the strike zone. And there's a man just called up by the Padres, Jason Lane, 37 years young, former outfielder with the Padres. Reinvented himself as a left-handed pitcher, and he's made it back to the big leagues. Oh, that ball is drilled to right field. It's up and it's gone. A line laser into the jack track, and Alvarez matches Walker. Each has hit number 11 tonight, both 2-run shots. And as Alvarez circles the bases, the Bucks have built their lead to 4-0. Leadoff walk. 2-run blast.
Well, he tried to go down and in. 2-seam fastball. 3-1 fastball count. Usually maybe in Double-A, a left-handed hitter, he's not going to do that, but that's Pedro Alvarez. He drops the head of that Shillelagh and sends it a long way. Working into a hitter's count.
No fly ball that one. That was a line drive all the way. Ground ball to second. Travis Snyder out 4-3 for the first out here in the fourth. 105.8 the contact speed. Alvarez generating line that shot. That was a clothesline into right field.
Mark Sweeney, that's some serious bat speed.
Yeah, down and in, and that's the danger zone for power hitters, especially in the major leagues. You see that ball off the bat. That is impressive. 105 miles an hour.
This is a good hitting club. In fact, number 5 in the National League currently at 251, but since the 1st of May, they're the second best hitting team in the majors. First in the National League at 276 and second only to Toronto, 278 in the majors since May 1. Significant home run and RBI for Alvarez in his young career. Little looper, foul ball. Alonso almost got to it. That was his 300th and 301st career RBIs on the home run.
Man on the right there, Francisco Liriano, towing the slab tomorrow for the Bucks.
Saved a couple of those for me, huh?
Yeah.
Jordy Mercer, after going 4 for 4, his first at 4 at bats last night, a home run, an RBI single, scored 3 runs, then he walked and scored. Finally, the Padres got him out, struck him out. Troy Patton got him in the 9th inning. Then he opens tonight with another line drive single to right. And another hit to left. Goodness. Entered this series hitting 199. It looks like a batting champion. Everything he's hit has been solid. He's now 8 for the last 11 at bats.
Well, we saw him last night. He chokes up on the bat, Mark Sweeney. What do you think about Jordy Mercer?
Yeah, controlling the bat, and he looks very comfortable in the box. Interesting to see how they attack him now. Try to move his feet maybe later in the game because he is comfortable in the box, and you can see he's handling that barrel.
1 out single brings up the pitcher Cole. Tried to sacrifice the first time, but was safe on the fielder's choice. On throughout the runner Mercer at second base. Bunted in the air, and Alonso with the easy play. So 2 out to Josh Harrison. Cole upset with himself, understandably.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and as a pitcher, I don't care if it's 4-0, 1-0, or 10-0. You get the bunt sign, you want to try to move that runner over, and you don't do it. It's upsetting.
The unofficial measurement of the 2 home runs, Walker to left field at 381 feet into the first row, and Alvarez into the jack track at 364. Both balls hit extraordinarily well. Harrison has popped to second and struck out tonight. Breaking ball fooled Harrison, but didn't hit the inside corner. So Cole, the comfort of a 4-run lead now here in the fourth. Mercer, in case you're wondering, does not have a steal this year. 2-0.
You know, I just can't help thinking about that home run that Alvarez hit. I mean, remember, so many years the Pirates struggling, right? And Pedro Alvarez is one of those position players on the fast track to the big leagues and learning at the big league level. And then all of a sudden, you get an Andrew McCutchen coming up. You get some young pitchers coming. You get Garrett. All of a sudden, things start gelling together. Playoffs last year, first time in 19, 20 years. You know, all those years of suffering. And the young crop of players coming up to the big leagues and finally paying dividends.
Yeah, Walker is playing like an all-star.
Yeah.
McCutchen was the most valuable player last year, and Alvarez tied Paul Goldschmidt of Arizona most home runs last year with 36. Legit power. 2-1.
You know, guys, when you talk about that, you focus on Andrew McCutchen because he sets that tone. He's an MVP candidate, but everyone else watches his consistency, especially from the offensive side. When you have a guy that is that consistent and he can carry a ball club. So many times you look at these clubs, and when they're doing well offensively, usually your main guy is doing well.
Well, he's talking right there, Andrew McCutchen with Pedro Alvarez. Even after the home run, they're talking pitching, they're talking swinging, they're talking baseball.
Ground ball through the right side. Skipping rope, avoiding being hit was Jordy Mercer, as Harrison has picked up the 6th hit of the game off Hahn. And with 2 outs, Neil Walker, the 2-run home run man, comes up, and that's going to be all for Hahn. He's hit the 79 pitch mark, and that's pretty much, they didn't want him to go over 80. He showed some strength. There were some things to like, and Chase Headley saying, hey, good start, couple of long balls, that's all that dented his debut. He leaves down 4-0. Great to meet you, Jesse Hahn. He was with the Padres back in the 163rd game in Colorado. He played in that game. He was in the outfield. Eventually wouldn't give up the dream, wanted to pitch. Randy Smith, the Padres vice president of player development, called him a night ago to tell him the news. They always do this in a circuitous way.
I was kind of following the game and saw that they'd gone through some guys and looked at my phone and had a missed call from him. And when you have a missed call from someone in the front office at 11:30 or midnight, you know something's up. And it was a great call to get.
Yeah, to have a second life as a major leaguer. Back as a pitcher. And if he stays in a game, he can swing the bat. We saw that in batting practice.
Yeah,
he
so
can hit.
It's a 2-for-1 deal, right?
Yeah.
So the left-hander, you see his numbers at El Paso, 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, curveball, slider change, 85-90 on that fastball.
Working to Neil Walker. Walker, a switch hitter, turns it around, hits right-handed. 2 men on, 2 out here in the 4th, and already 2 runs in against Jesse Hahn, who gives up 4 runs on 6 hits and is responsible for the 2-minute aboard. And a lot to assimilate for the young man. Struck out 5, walked 2.
You know, I have to chuckle.
Why?
Because it's just such a great story for Jason Lane. He's just out there that looks like a finesse type pitcher. Threw a first pitch changeup. Tried to locate a fastball down and away. Finds himself 0-2. Welcome back to the big leagues, Jason Lane.
I guess they used him a couple of times as an emergency pitcher in a blowout game, and the players and coaches said, "Hey, you got good stuff. Why don't you stay with it?" So he's battled away. He's been in the minors for quite a while. He even pitched an independent ball. Comes up from San Antonio. Played his college ball at USC a couple of years. Barry Zito was a teammate with the Trojans. And he strikes out the first man he faces, Neil Walker. Welcome back to the bigs.
Have been doing a good job, and the relievers have been even better. You know, the offense has come around and with some timely hits, and I think they're going to pick it up here, and I think the ball's going to get rolling.
Tyson Ross, the Padres' leading winner, with 6. He's on tonight's Fox Sports new edition of SD Live. It's not only Tyson Ross, but the original super agent Lee Steinberg is going to join Mike Pomerantz. That's tonight, right after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego.
Well, if Mike Pomerantz is hosting it, you know you're in for a treat. Does a fabulous job on that show.
Oh, you're so high in praise everything he does, huh?
He's a pro.
Really, yeah, you're close buddies. How come you don't talk about Mark Sweeney that way?
Well,
for due reason.
Yeah. Hey, nice job, Mark Sweeney, by the way, on the inside corner.
Oh, that was fun. We always have a good time with that.
Should do it more.
I'm all for it.
Seth Smith struck out on the 3-2 curveball his first time. Cole has struck out 4, walked 2, given up just the 1 hit, a double Venable. No damage on the run column. Left center field. Harrison drifts over. 1 away.
Well, Mr. Enberg, you're an aficionado when it comes to tennis. And we showed Chris Budd during inside corner. I want your scouting on, is that a forehand?
Oh, that's a good forehand. Yeah, she's going to get some
She's
top.
not watching the ball.
She's got some top spin on that. Well, when you're really good, you just like to smile at the camera, you know. It's important. Like
great photo opportunity.
Oh,
it was awesome.
Outstanding.
Great forehand.
Eat your heart out, Maria Sharapova. Yonder Alonso flied to left his first time. Sharapova, by the way, won today. She's in the semifinals of the French. Two strikes on Alonso.
That's Roland Garros, right?
Roland Garros. The Terre Battue, the red clay. Roland Garros, named after a French World War I aviator who didn't play tennis. That was such a World War hero that when they opened Roland Garros in the early 20s, right after the war, they decided to name it after a French ace.
And of course, ace is a term used in tennis, right?
There you go.
Look out. 94 in on the hands there. That'll make you scoot away a little bit.
Not very economical tonight, though. 66 pitches for Cole. But nothing on the board for the Padres, trailing 4-0. And the Padres have encountered some mighty tough pitching here the last couple 3 days. Sunday they get Chris Sale in Chicago. Managed only a couple of hits off him. Just 5 hits off Charlie Morton and company last night. And now just one double facing Garrett Cole. And it won't get any easier tomorrow. Francisco Liriano, although his record isn't quite what it was last year. In fact, he staggered 1-5. Strike 3 called. A fastball catches Alonso looking. Didn't like the call. But he's gone. 5 strikeouts. And that was a slider. We haven't seen any of those, huh?
Oh, good call, Dick. Right on the outside corner. He backdoored it.
Was it a strike? Southland Fox Tracks monitoring every pitch. Let's see what. Oh, he got a call.
Yeah, off the plate.
Alonso had good reason to argue. Jerko takes strike 1. Curveball. Grounded to second base, his first at bat.
Guys, there's so many times in baseball that you watch the game and you're watching the starting pitcher, you're watching how he's working, but you also have to be aware of the strike zone with the umpire. Tonight you've seen a wider strike zone, especially early in the game, and that's an indication of a hitter that you got to be super aggressive when you get up there at the plate. So you're going to see pitches called off the plate, and he showed that at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you know what, Mark? I've got that umpire guide up here, you know, that's issued to us every year. The umpire media guide. It's got all their pictures and bios. Every time the home plate umpire, I have it open on his page and I write down little notes. And that's exactly what I wrote down for Alan Porter. Almost like a little scouting report. Calling pitches off the plate. Got to be aggressive.
Pitchers should know that. Take advantage. And hitters got to beware. Well, he went around, and another strikeout for Cole. He has a half dozen. Manhandling the Padres so far. It's 4-0 Pittsburgh. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Real friendly and real close. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. Somebody's got to live here. And looking at last year's MVP candidates, the top 3 vote getters, we'll get right back to that as Jason Lane goes to work on Andrew McCutchen, who has struck out and walked so far. Lane working quickly. 1-1. McCutchen, of course, won the MVP honor last year with a fantastic season. Hit .319 with 21 homers. Drives that to left field, but Smith has a play. Well, let's go back to those final 3 in the balloting. McCutchen wins it. There are his numbers, 28 first place votes. Paul Goldschmidt finished second. Big home run year. Great year for Goldschmidt. There was a good argument for him to take the honors. And Yadier Molina, many regarded him as the best catcher in baseball. He got a couple of first place votes.
Well, you know what? I look at that, and first of all, what in the heck are people thinking if Paul Goldschmidt doesn't get 1 first place vote? Mark Sweeney, what did you think about that voting last year?
I agree with that, but then you go into those wins and where your team was placed, and I think Andrew McCutchen did stick out. I thought Yadier Molina was that guy, because if you look at most valuable player on a team, I think Yadier Molina sticks out to me.
See, now, this argument comes up every year, and this is why I like the discussion. The name of the award is Most Valuable Player of the American/National League. It's not the most valuable player that helps his team get to the playoffs on the plaque. And I know that's criteria. That's part of the deal.
I see your point.
You know,
if you have the best numbers, even though you're in last place, why aren't you is it the best player or the most valuable player? Good play by Cabrera to take care of Ike Davis's chopper over the mound, 2 away, and Russell Martin will be the hitter.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying people are wrong. It just brings up discussion. Mark Sweeney, how do you see it?
Well, I mean, I know where you're going to, because we've had discussions off camera too. Andre Dawson was that guy that on a position that was clearly that MVP guy. If you have an elite year, which I think if you go back to Paul Goldschmidt, he did. He had an elite year. I can't fault him for winning that award, but when it comes down to apples to apples, I do think it's about what your club does.
Martin has singled and walked and scored behind Alvarez home run back in the 4th inning.
What do you think, Dick?
Well, you've got to, I'm going to go to McCutchen since he won it. When you talk about most valuable, not only in being the team leader, making the big hits, the money hits, and the money defensive plays. How many games did he win for Pittsburgh with his glove? So you can understand why someone. And then the Pirates won 94 games last year after 2 decades of not having a winning season.
So he was very valuable, in your opinion, to elevate the Pirates to where they got to.
He was the sexy pick.
Yeah.
He was the guy that had the big year for a team that has struggled for a long time. Got him to the playoffs. On the other hand, if you said, would you vote for Paul Goldschmidt? Sure, I would. With those numbers.
I was just really surprised that Goldschmidt got no first place votes.
Yeah.
None.
You would think somebody from Arizona might have given him a number 1. So that he was almost unanimous, McCutchen. So there really isn't an argument, is there?
Well, Mark, what do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was. Based on my argument I said earlier, I don't think it has to be a player that is necessarily on a winning team. And with the numbers that Goldschmidt put up, I could see myself giving him a vote. But I see the argument on McCutchen winning for the Pirates. I guess my whole argument is based on Goldschmidt not getting 1 singular first place vote.
A 1-hop shot to Cabrera, and he throws out. Russell Martin can't hit it much harder, but right at the shortstop. And Jason Lane works a 1-2-3 5th inning. Lead 4-0. Time for the Southwest Airlines Military Spotlight. And our police officers, San Diego's proudest and best here tonight, saluting Old Glory. And of course on Sunday, all of us will stand and cheer as the U.S. Marine Corps will be honored on Military Sunday here at Petco Park. San Diego's the place. Hope you're making your plans for the weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, baseball night in San Diego. Saturday night, beach towel giveaway, and then Sunday, as always, saluting the military. It's my favorite day. Sundays at Petco.
Beautiful. You can't beat it. Great venue, honoring great people, thanking them for their service. Can't beat it.
Venable, the only man to put a dent in the offerings of Garrett Cole. He doubled into the right field corner with 2 outs in the second. A couple of walks, Rivera and Cabrera, and that's been it. Not much base traffic against a hard-throwing right-hander. 23-year-old from UCLA. He was the #1 pick overall. He was no surprise. Everyone knew he had the major league stuff. So they finished last so many years, and that builds up a lot of first-round picks. And we've talked about, McCutchen and Alvarez and Neil Walker.
Yep.
Garrett Cole. They really stocked the cupboard, didn't they? So going back the last few years, we'll revisit that. Venable pounds one to the right side with a shift on. Easy play at the second base position. So #1 overall from San Diego State Strasburg. Hopefully we'll see him this weekend on the mound for the Nationals. Then Bryce Harper. So Washington back-to-back with the first pick. Then Cole 3 years ago. Carlos Correa. The Astros getting the first pick the last 2 years and going for 2 pitchers. Mark Appel from Stanford. And they think it's not long before he's going to be in the big leagues. Chris Bryant was the second selection. And he's been tearing up the minors. Maben. Oh, good play by Alvarez, skidding to his left and denying a hit. That's the top defensive play of the game. Pedro Alvarez.
That's not an easy play. And in between hop, that ball almost looked like it hits the lip of the grass. Hit sharply and quickly up to his feet to fire a strike. Catches it actually behind him. Crow hop, strike over to first.
So 2 outs on ground outs. Venable and Maben. Brings up Rene Rivera. Walked his only at bat. At the knees. 94 miles an hour. He hasn't bounced many, has he?
No, he hasn't. Here comes another one. Oh, he shook off. Fastball away.
Broken bat looper, back of second. Walker is there for the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. He's gone through 5, allowing 1 hit.
Alvarez, the shift, Chase Headley on the right side, and then the pitch by Alex Torres is bashed into that shift, and he beats the shift with a hard ground ball. Then he goes to the next one, again the shift. Chase Headley is on his right side instead of his natural position at third base, and Alvarez beats the shift again with a hard line drive over the shift. You're seeing it a lot in baseball. Also, Pedro Alvarez, his last time out, beating the shift, 3-1 count, fastball deposited into the right field seats. Impressive hitter from the left side.
Yeah, you can't put the right fielder up in the first row and make that catch. That's where the shift ends. And Alvarez has been very impressive in the 2 games, hasn't he? Shift on to the right on the infield, to the left in the outfield. Struck out and lined a home run into the right field jack track last time, number 11.
Guys, so many times, I'm sorry, Dick, so many times we talk about the shift, and as a hitter, that would actually frustrate me, because it would tell me that I would say I'm pulling the ball too many times. I'm not hitting it where it's pitched.
Yeah, he hits that one the opposite way, but it's just an easy fly ball to Seth Smith. One away.
And that just goes to show you, Mark, go right ahead with your thought.
No, but you look at it and you think of it from the Tony Gwynn perspective. Yes, he owned that 5.5 hole, but he also hit the ball where it's pitched. If he had to pull it, he'd pull his hands in and hit that ball. But it is frustrating if you see some of these hitters that are just being shifted on and you're getting exposed. So that would be frustrating.
So let's say you're a stud hitter in the lineup, Mark Sweeney. You stick with your strength and you try to alter something.
You don't alter anything. You go to your strength, but so many of these hitters are now thrown into that pull mode, and you can see it. You look back to Will Venable. When he is going well, he's hitting the ball to all fields, and we saw that a lot at the end of the year last year. Now he's being shifted on, and you're seeing a lot of pull balls on the right side.
Yeah, it's like football. The defense comes up with a 5-man front, and they're saying, well, we respect your run more than your pass. We'll sacrifice that. They're telling you what they think your weakness is or how they can best beat you. I can see your point. That as a hitter, you look out there and say, now, I got to do something about this. You would think that would be the thought process.
That's exactly right. And I'm using Will Venable as an example, not as an excuse. And it's one of those things, you look out there, it's got to be frustrating. You know where they're going to pitch you. It's either hard in or maybe soft that's going to make you pull the ball.
Ooh, knocked down. Good play by Lane, a former outfielder, and he throws out. Travis Snyder helping himself. Jason Lane has now retired 6 in a row. Good reactions.
Well, Jason doesn't throw that hard, so he's always in a good fielding position. Let's take a look. Left-hander goes for swipe, knocks it down, fires a dart over to first base. That ball was not hit lightly. That ball was smoked. Got it by a half step.
So Snyder out on a hard smash back to the box. Here's Jordy Mercer. Single. And finally, a pop-up middle of the diamond. And it's Alonso calling off the former outfielder Lane to make the play. Hey, Lane, 7 up, 7 down for the veteran left-hander. 4 runs and 6 hits. 2 of the hits, 2-run homers by Walker and Alvarez to lead 4-0. And it's time for our Fan Diego fan of the game. Fans of the game properly attired here to root for their home team as we go to the last of the 6th inning. Yeah. Jason Lane going to get to hit for himself. That's good. Knows how to handle the lumber. He's a former outfielder. There are his career numbers. High fly ball to right. Into and back a few for Snyder for the first out.
Well, one of the most famous players in Major League history to throw left, bat right, Rickey Henderson. Jason Lane falls into that category. Lefty thrower, righty hitter. Don't find too many of them. And Mark Sweeney, what do you think about the former outfielder? Trying to get those hands in to barrel it up.
You got to love him pulling his hands in. This guy, as you saw from the career numbers, 61 career home runs. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite rare to get a baseball athlete that throws left but hits right. It's usually the other way around. Right-handers that bat left-handed. Back in the day, the Jim Palmer era, Brooks Robinson era with the Baltimore Orioles, Kurt Bluffery, outfielder, very productive player. Left-handed thrower, right-handed hitter. Cabrera walking a strikeout tonight. Tried to steal and was nailed on a perfect throw from Russell Martin.
You know, Mark Sweeney, not only does Garrett Cole have that nice little curveball, but he's got good two-seam action, too. You see a lot of foul balls around home plate.
Very aggressive with the fastball, and he looks like he's under control. They're meshing very well, Russell Martin and himself, but very impressive down here. It looks like he has a great awareness around the mound as well. It's the timing aspect of in between pitches, and he's talked to himself a couple times, been frustrated himself of not executing his pitches, but very impressive young man.
Hasn't lost any velocity. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. His first pitch of the night was 96.
Trying to go down and away here to Cabrera. You see the Southland Technology Fox tracks. Breaking ball left up.
Weak ground ball to the first baseman, Ike Davis, and he beats Cabrera to the bag for the second out.
Hey, Dick, you know what's coming this Friday?
I know.
It's June 6th.
Park at the Park, huh?
Yeah, Padres are going to face off. The Nationals are going to be in town. 7:10 on Friday, but the party starts early with the second Padres Beer Fest of 2014. Great craft beers from local and national breweries at the Park at the Park. It all begins at 5. Beat the lines and get your tickets. You get your flyer funds and get a t-shirt early at Padres.com/beerfest. Cocktails.
Yeah, there's a beer vendor there with several choices. Of course, here at Fox Sports San Diego, and Coors Light is very popular. 2 outs, bases empty, and the Padres hungry for some traffic here. Trailing 4-0. Chase Headley struck out and flied out. Cole working his pitch count over the 90 mark with a total of 6 strikeouts. He's walked 2.
Good slider.
Just to underline the promise that this right-hander Cole has. He's just 23, folks. pitcher to be.
Absolutely.
And with this stuff, tough spot for Headley at 1 and 2. What are you going to get here?
Something off speed, I'm guessing.
Guessing right. Changeup floats outside. Changeup's 84 miles an hour.
Yep.
It's just a couple of miles slower than the fastball of some pitchers. Line to left field. That could be a good one, and it's right on the line into left field. Headley rounds first and puts on the brakes. Harrison with a strong throw. Padres have their second hit as Headley goes the opposite way.
Well, off the bat, it looked like it had double written all over it. But remember, Josh Harrison getting to that ball quickly, and Chase Headley does not have blazing speed. Remember, he's been hitting the knee a couple times last road trip. Knee's probably kind of barking a little bit. He takes an aggressive turn around first base, but retreats back with 2 outs and hands it over to the next hitter, Seth Smith.
The Padres need that big swing, get right back into the game. Smith is struck out and flied to left. Look how deep into the outfield second baseman Walker is. He's way out there.
You know, with the first baseman holding on the runner there, Chase Headley backing up a little bit gives him more range, right? The ball hit to his right or left. If he's in near the cut of the grass a little bit more, it cuts down that range.
Smith loves it here at Petco. 27 games this year, hitting .376. Lines that one through the shift. A sharp single to right field. And Headley coasts into second base. So the Padres a couple of base runners for the first time tonight. And that'll bring up Yonder Alonso.
Hey, Mike Sweeney, I would say that's beating the shift, right?
Yeah, what a beautiful swing from Seth Smith. Getting that foot down early, as you can see. The barrel follows through and picture perfect swing. That's going to Seth Smith's strength and very impressive.
Ray Searage, pitching coach, having a chat with Cole.
98 pitches.
Yeah. Third time around for Alonso, maybe just going over a little bit of a scouting report.
Well, that's a good visit by a pitching coach. You figure you got a 4-0 lead. You want to make sure everyone's in sync here and focused. You know, one bad pitch and it's a 4-3 game.
Not a lot of stressful innings for Garrett Cole. Well, the pitch count is up there. But base runner in the first, base runner in the second, third. And as Dick mentioned earlier, perfect in the fourth and fifth.
Yeah, he'd gone 11 outs in a row before the 2-out single by Headley. Smith follows with a single, and the bullpen busy for the first time for the Buccos.
Right-hander Jared Hughes heating up for Pittsburgh.
Pitched last night, Hughes did, for an inning. Ground ball left side, that's through. Headley around third. They're going to try to score him. Here comes a throw by Harrison, and he's in there. It's 4-1 as Alonso delivers. Smith checks in at second. Alonso with his 19th RBI, and it's a 4-1 game.
I think one of the things pitching coach Ray Searage may have said to Cole is that, hey, let's try to pitch him away. He could flare it that way. If he finds a hole, it's only a run. Keep it to a single. And the Padres are on the board there. That's, once again, I think a Padre hitter beating the shift.
That's going to be all for Garrett Cole as the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Ted Jerko. Skipper Clint Hurdle takes the ball. Pitching change for the Pirates with Pittsburgh leading 4-1.
Yonder Alonso, if we go back to his previous at bat, he got struck out by a slider. He took a fastball previously in this at bat, but got a slider to strike out on that. Then now he's looking at his next at bat, 2 outs. He gets a fastball on the outside edge and making the adjustment of committing to hit the ball the other way. 2 out hitting and an RBI. Nice approach by Yonder Alonso, getting the Padres back in this game.
So 3 consecutive singles. Headley, Smith, and Alonso with 2 outs here in the 6th. And that Derek's the starter. Garrett Cole, Jared Hughes, just 16 games. He's inherited 12 runners so far this year. None has scored. Jerko trying to tie it with 1 swing. He's grounded out and struck out. 5 2/3 for Cole. Allowed 4 hits, 3 in a row in this 6th inning. Walked a couple and struck out 6.
And Hughes now comes in and throws that heavy 2-seam fastball, heavy sinker, along with the slider and the changeup from the right side.
Up the middle and backhanded by Walker and throws to first in time. They were shifted over, and that normally a base hit to center field right up the middle, but Walker was over near second, able to backhand and deny. Padres left with only 1, 4-1 Pittsburgh. Two-run homer by Neil Walker the opposite way. Got the Bucks on the board first, 2-0 in the 3rd. And then Pedro Alvarez with a laser to right field for another 2-run shot. 4-0 after 4. The Padres put together 3 consecutive singles off Garrett Cole, who struck out 6 men on his way to what he hopes to be his 6th win of the year. And finally got to him in the 6th inning. Walks to hits by Headley, Smith, and Alonso producing the run, and it's 4-1. Cole, a solid start. No trouble until the last inning with 2 outs. Jesse Hahn, major league debut, 3 2/3. Struck out 5. There were moments where you could see the high promise of Hahn. Neil Walker continues his home run hitting, his 11th, and Alvarez his 11th home run. Starling Marte will bat for Hughes. Hughes getting just the 1 man out, and he's gone. High foul that'll drift into the seats off to the right. Pittsburgh bench has been productive this year. They're hitting .280. Last night, 3 pinch hitters, all 3 came up with base hits. Snyder topped it with singles, and Gabby Sanchez with a double. Men hitting like that, says Clint Hurdle. Hey, this isn't an easy job.
Yeah.
Give another chunk of chewing gum.
He can work that gun with the best of them.
Yeah, he's good. There's strike 3 as Marte caught licking. Second strikeout for Jason Lane. Veteran just called up from San Antonio. and has faced 8 men and retired all 8.
Well, Darren Balsley told me before the game that he is a strike thrower. That's exactly what we need after last night's game. And he's proven that this evening.
And this is really a salvation for the bullpen.
Oh,
We
yes.
get somebody to come in and rest the tired arms. And if the Padres should muster some offense, they've got Benoit and Street that are fresh. Harrison, a single in 3 trips tonight. And he's fooled by the breaking ball. Last 6 games for Harrison, he's 11 for 26, so over 400. Over but low. Headley right there to throw out Harrison for the second out. He's not only a strike thrower, he's an out thrower.
Yeah.
As promised earlier in the game, the AT fan photo. Tweet your photo to hashtag #SDFanPhoto. A chance to be shown in one of our telecasts, brought to you by AT&T. And who's that good-looking guy?
Well, thank you, Chris, at Sports Brain. Well, who's the brain in that one?
Well, you got half a brain in that picture.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's right. Well, Sweeney out in front. I'll agree with that. Anytime you go to the University of Maine, you're doing something right.
Yeah, Black Bears, you get out of their way. Neil Walker, 2-run homer back in the 3rd. That got the Pirates off to a 2-0 lead against Jesse Hahn. 1-1. What a story. 37 years of age, an outfielder for several seasons in the big league, 6 of them. Fouls it away. That'll be back out of play.
Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching all over the place in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. Welcome and thank you for your service.
Taste of home. We wish we could serve you a chunk of apple pie and a kiss from your mom. We appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. And I'm sure watching from afar, fans that have followed the Pirates all their life and the Padres have their rooting interest. And for the rest, you just love baseball. It's America's pastime. Count stays at 2-2 to Walker. Don Roach sent to El Paso in the move to bring Jason Lane up, and Eric Stoltz, a death in the family, so he's on bereavement. Should be back by the weekend. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 10 in a row, retired by Jason Lane. Hubba.
Victor Alonso had the RBI single as the Padres trail at 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. Quick update on Andrew Cashner following that simulated game that he threw yesterday. Said no pain, feeling well, which means tomorrow we'll throw a bullpen. If all is good, no pain or any soreness in the elbow, Buddy Black said he will start this weekend. If he does, that would probably be on Saturday. That would give time Eric Stoltz to get back from his grandmother's funeral and for Stoltz to start this weekend as well. So again, Cashner will throw a bullpen tomorrow. Hope all is well and we'll be able to see him back out here at Petco against the Nationals this weekend, guys.
Yeah, that's good news, Chris. And for fans that are making plans for baseball on the weekend, Saturday baseball night in San Diego, and big giveaway of the beach towels, and then get to see Andrew Cashner on the mound as well. That makes it a delicious ticket. Chris Denorfia will face the new relief pitcher Tony Watson, who's on a scoreless string of 16 2/3 without a run against his left-handed offerings. 5-0 record as a relief pitcher. Starling Marte stays in the game in left field and will stay in that 9th spot in the batting order. Denorfia takes strike one. What a job by Jason Lane. 10 men faced, 10 outs recorded.
He's fooling him, wasn't he? Off speed, staying out of the heart of the plate, flipping up some breaking balls there. Fun to watch.
One and one to Dino. Foul back. Denorfia, then Maven and Rivera in the Padres 7th. They're keeping score. Put the pitcher Watson in the leadoff spot. Fouled out of play. Now there's a happy young Padre fan.
Some great seats too. Looked like they were in the Barca Lounger. Look at those chairs.
Yeah. Those are the special. You take a nap in those. Huh? Yeah. Stay there for the night.
Got the big screen TV right there, plus the action live right in front of them.
Part of the attendance tonight just announced 20,520 at Petco. Dino, fond memories of his debut in the major leagues. His first hit was a home run against Pittsburgh back in 2005. By the mound, Mercer there, one away. Time now for the Bill Howe plays of the game, featuring Pedro Alvarez, a clothesline home run to right field into the jack deck with a man on to make it 4-0, and then taking a hit away defensively from Cameron Maben. Well done. Pedro Alvarez, our Bill Howe plays of the game. One out now here in the 7th, and Cameron Maben struck out and had that potential hit denied by Alvarez. That's the last time up.
Tony Watson's got a live arm for that left side. Get up to 95.
Heat there. No, actually pulled the string. 85. Jason Grilli, back from the injured list, is the veteran closer for the Bucks. 2-1. Watson just turned 29 last week.
Kevin Quackenbush looks like he's hot, ready to go.
And 3-1 to Maben. Padres need base runners, trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball 4. That's a start. Maben aboard on the walk. And Rivera the batter. Well, Scott Miller will be on Fox Sports San Diego tomorrow, and it's a hot topic. Our MLB insider will discuss Tommy Medica's appeal for that single in Arizona to complete the cycle. We'll get an expert's thoughts. He's done all the interviews. A move by Medica's agent that surprised a lot of people. We'll see what Scott Miller's found out. Rivera didn't get it all. Fly ball shallow and left. A long run from Marte. He's got great speed. 2 away. And Jason Lane's spot comes up. And we have a pinch hitter for Lane. Carlos Quentin. So Lane, a tip of the Padre cap to the 37-year-old who comes out of Double-A ball. Rescue the bullpen. He deserves the handshakes. 3 1/3 innings, perfect for Lane. 10 straight outs.
What a great effort by the left-hander.
Struck out 3. Perfect relief outing. That's exactly what the Padres hoped they'd get.
Well, that's got to be a great feeling for Jason.
Carlos Quentin carries the power to the plate. A couple of home runs so far in his limited duty. Started last night. Was hit by a pitch and walked, went 0 for 3.
Well, you can do it to left-handers, but why not do it to right-handers? Carlos Quentin, the shift is on. Who
Right
says you
field
can't
corner.
do it?
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Turnabout's fair play. Right field corner wide open. He doesn't hit many down there. And he checks swing strike. Quentin's been perfect as a pinch hitter, 3 for 3. And he goes to right field, but foul. And 2 of the 3 hits home runs. Now that's really coming off the bench and producing. Instant offense. Yeah. Congratulations. Good catch. A ball, 2 strikes. Maben with 2 outs at first base. Should Quentin keep it going here in the bottom of the 7th? Back to the top of the order, Everett Cabrera. Strike 3 call. Caught the bottom of the strike zone. Borderline pitch. Goes to the pitcher, Tony Watson.
seventh inning. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications. Obviously, got to get a little offense going, but in the meantime, nice to see Jason Lane get some work in and be very effective.
What a great story, because 10 hitters that he faced, he came in, and this is a great moment for him because of the perseverance and what he put into the game of baseball. It has to probably mean more with his call-up this time than it was the first time.
When we see you in a post-game show, we'll have much more on Jason's reascent to the big leagues. It really is a wonderful story. We'll have that in the post-game show. You'll also hear from the manager, Buddy Black, and we have a preview of SD Live, which will follow us immediately after the post-game show. Tyson Ross joins us, and also Super Agent Lee Steinberg, his thoughts on all things, including Ryan Leaf.
You do a great job on that show.
Absolutely. We'll see you after the final out, guys.
All right, gentlemen. Looking forward to it. Always a great job. Emmy Award winning Kevin Quackenbush. So, and Andrew McCutchen to start the 8th inning for Pittsburgh. Quackenbush now 11 appearances. 162 batting average against the sinker bowler.
Yeah, the Quack attack was out there last night, only a third of an inning.
Soft liner right to Alonso, one away.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres, and it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
One out as Kristen Orfia has replaced Venable in right field. Ike Davis, the batter. Shift is on as Headley moves from third base over to the second base side. Cabrera stays on the left side of the infield. Davis has grounded out twice and struck out. 90 on the fastball inside. Well, the Padres have done a good job against McCutchen in the series. He did last time up last night club a RBI double, but was 1 for 5 last night. Another looper. This one is Cabrera's ball, 2 away. And McCutchen 0 for 3 tonight. Well, tomorrow, day game, 3:30 for Fox Sports San Diego, and the number 5 strikeout pitcher in the National League, Ian Kennedy, with 81 strikeouts, will be on the mound looking for his 5th win of the year against Francisco Liriano, who was the surprise southpaw for the Pirates last year, but this year 1-5, and we understand there will be a pregame show, so we'll be on the air at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Kennedy pitching much better than his 4-6 record. I thought he was at his very best the last time out.
He was excellent.
Russell Martin. Deep to short. Long throw. Cabrera in time for the out. Boy, that was quick. Quackenbush 3 up, 3 down on just a handful of pitches. Baseball, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By Petco, the power of together. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Beautiful night, Petco Park, 20,520. Pirates lead 4-1 as we go to the last of the 8th inning. And the new pitcher is Mark Melanson for the Pirates. Right-hander allowing opposing hitters only a 192 average.
Yeah, he's a good one, and he could close. In fact, he closed for a while Jason Gurley was on the mend. Comes right at you. He's only surrendered a 1 home run in 27 innings. And when you take a look at the stuff from Melanson, cut fastball, a lot of cutters. He'll throw the fastball once in a while, curveball, and a changeup. Low to mid 90s on that fastball.
The right-hander from Colorado, Denver area, growing up. 29 years of age.
He's a strikeout pitcher, too. He struck out 8 batters in his last 6 games. That's over 6 innings for the right-hander.
Last year, 71 innings, 70 strikeouts. So strikeout per inning, basically. Cabrera, a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Needs to set the table here for the Padres. His time running short. Chopped off home plate. Melanson hops off the mound and gets the out himself. A little bump there. Nothing serious. Sometimes it's a contact sport.
Well, Melanson, he goes over. He just wants to play the tag.
Like Cabrera was trying to rip the ball out of his glove. At least jar it free, but no luck.
Yeah, Melanson had the ball in his glove, 2 hands, and you know, it's just, I don't know if there was any intent by any one of those players right there. Just running down the line. Although Cabrera didn't really break stride, he just kept going at the same pace, right? That's what made it look like maybe a collision.
Headley trying to get a base hit on the bunt to the left side, but it goes foul. Alvarez playing over near second base, a long way to go to try to get that one. Now this is a time where that's not a bad play, actually, as we look at the keys to the game.
Yeah, let's revisit them. Get on the Cole heater. Garrett Cole. For the right-hander, 5 2/3. He only surrendered 4 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 6. And Jesse Hahn's got to keep him close. He went 3 2/3 in his major league debut. 4 earned runs and struck out 5.
Just 2 bad pitches, 2 home runs, both with a man aboard to count for all 4 runs against him as the Bucks lead 4-1.
We saw some nice things, though, right, from Jesse Hahn?
Yes. And he squares again, trying to work Alvarez. But Pedro, again, is only about 15 feet from the second base bag. And this is a case where the shift's on. You know, a home run would be great, but a base runner is okay.
Yep.
It's all right to give yourself up. Now Alvarez cheating a little more toward third base. Headley's hit was to left field, and he scored the only Padre run. 2 outs in the 6th, single to left. Smith lined a single to right, and Alonso grounded a single through the left side for the Padre run. That was off starter Garrett Cole, and the Alonso hit was the last pitch for Cole. As the tying run, Jerko came to the plate. They brought in Jared Hughes, and he got Jerko to ground out to deep second. That was a frustrating play for the Padres. Looked as if that was going to be the 4th consecutive hit. Jerko hit it right through the pitcher's leg out over second base, and Walker was there. It shifted over close to second. Normally that ball's into center field. Strike 3, says plate umpire Alan Porter. First strikeout for Melanson. Well, let's look at the National League All-Star balloting. We checked the American League last night. At this moment, Blackman of Colorado, Puig of the Dodgers, Stanton of Miami would be the outfield. Arenado and Tulowitzki, that figures the left side of the Colorado infield. Chase Utley having a fine year, the Philly veteran. Adrian Gonzalez is the leader at first base. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Pretty good team, huh? Look how young that outfield is, though.
Yeah. And how about the Rockies dominating right there, even though Arenado was hurt. Short, third, left.
Swing and a miss by Seth Smith, who was struck out, flied out, and singled. Shift on for Smith. 1-1.
I'll tell you what, as a kid growing up playing Little League, I could not wait for the All-Star game.
Me too. I can remember the first one that I heard on radio. 1946. Our family was on our way from the San Fernando Valley. The war was over. We were going to go back to Michigan, where my mother was born, and Minnesota, where my dad was from. And listening to Ted Williams hit 2 home runs in that 1946 All-Star game.
Where was that game played?
That was the blooper pitch.
Oh, the Ephus pitch, yeah. Rip Sewell, was it?
Yeah, he homered off that. Never had given up a homer at that time in that season. Williams said, "That's meat. Throw me one of those little softball tosses."
Do you remember where that game was played?
I don't remember.
We can look that up.
Sure. 1-2 to Smith. Weak wave and a miss. And Smith is gone. Boy, Melanson, impressive 8th inning. Pitcher unassisted and 2 strikeouts. Well, a reminder, fans, that Saturday night, baseball night in San Diego, and every fan in attendance against the Nationals on Saturday, a free Padres beach towel, a handsome towel, plenty of material. That's a good size. Brought to you by Toyota and supported by Rock 105.3. Padres and Nationals, a 7:10 game. Get your tickets at Padres.com. It'll be a big Saturday night. You know how big that towel is. Upside down. Hey, nobody's perfect.
It's huge. It's great.
Yeah, I think
love the swinging fire.
That should bring out a sellout crowd, don't you think?
Makes a great gift.
And maybe Andrew Cashner.
That's right.
Houston Street has not seen a lot of work, so Bud Black wants to keep him sharp. He hasn't pitched since the Saturday 4-2 win at Chicago against the White Sox when he recorded his 17th save in 17 tries. He'll face Alvarez, Snyder, and Mercer in top of the 9th, with the Bucks leading 4-1. Trying to follow up their 10-3 win last night.
Look at that, Dick. We got the shift working again. Pedro Alvarez. Mark Sweeney talked about it earlier. He's beaten it twice.
Last night drove it through twice for singles, and he beat it tonight. No shift would have stopped him. A home run. Alonso off the bag and a quick put out. 3-1. That's now 14 straight retired by Padre pitching. The last base runner was a single with 2 outs back in the 4th inning off the bat of Josh Harrison. And then Jason Lane came in, retired 10 in a row. Quackenbush got all 3 men he faced, and now Street retires Alvarez on the first pitch. Travis Snyder 0 for 3. Struck out, grounded to second. A smash back to the mound that was taken care of by Jason Lane. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, last call for the Padres. Alonso, Jerko, and Denorfia scheduled. There's the closer, Jason Grilli, for the Bucks. Ground ball right at Jerko. 2 quick outs for Houston Street. Again Saturday, a full day of baseball action, beginning with the Indians and the Rangers on Fox Sports 1. Then it's baseball night in America on Fox as the Yankees square off against the Royals. MLB doubleheader begins Saturday at noon here Pacific time on Fox Sports 1 and continues at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox, and then at 6:30 here on Fox Sports San Diego, the second game of the Padres Washington National Series. So a big triple header of baseball action on Fox.
Can't get enough. And to think how far we have come. Remember when it was just the game of the week, and how you used to just look for it on Monday after football. Oh, that was in the offseason.
But I remember Bud Bladner and Leo DeRocher, Dizzy Dean, all in the action. Black and white. The days of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Mercer. Wow. 15 in a row retired by Padre pitch. Time for our Carl's Jr. star of the game, 37-year-old Jason Lane. Back in the bigs as a pitcher for the first time and makes quite an impression. 10 up, 10 down. A perfect 3 1/3 innings for Jason Lane. Welcome back to the majors. He's our Carl's Jr. star of the game.
What a great job he did, keeping him off balance. He threw a perfect game for 3 1/3.
Deserving of the handshakes all around in that Padre dugout. Well, here comes the closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jason Grilli. He last was on the mound Sunday night at Dodger Stadium as he saved the win against the Dodgers. The Pirates took 3 out of 4 from LA and 3 outs away from 2 more wins against the Padres. It's been a good road trip for them. They're 5-3 on this trip. Grilli will throw a home run ball now and then. He's saved 8. 4 for 4 his last 4 attempts, and Yonder Alonso will start it for the Padres. Alonso, an RBI single, knocked in the Padres' only run in the 6th. Was the 3rd single in a row for San Diego and knocked Garrett Cole out of the game. Strike 1. What makes Grilly tough?
Well, he attacks the zone. He throws a fastball, slider, and a changeup. And once again, not overpowering, but he comes right after you. He's made quite a career being a bucko and being a closer. Bounced around quite a bit early in his career. He's into his 8th year at the big league level. He's a good one.
Yeah, nickname Hibachi. Little Grilly.
I like it.
Yonder Alonso, Zerko, and Denorfia try to drum up some business here in the bottom of the 9th. Out of play.
And he truly is a pirate, Jason Grilly.
He is.
Yes, he went to Seton Hall.
Very good.
And now he dons the black and gold as a big leaguer.
Meant to be.
And be sure to stay tuned after this one, after the Padres come back and win it. Padres Live postgame show. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney going to break it down for you. A lot of love tonight.
Padres with 4 hits, a double by Venable, and then the 3 singles back to back to back in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Headley singled, Smith singled, Alonso a ground single through the left side to drive in the only run. Nothing against the bullpen of the Pirates, except a walk by Maben. Swing and a miss, really, with a changeup.
Great arm action from Jason Grilly on this changeup. That holds it like a circle change, 2 middle fingers, and great movement. Way out in front of it.
He saved 33 games last year. Really wasn't a closer full time till last season. He was just the 6th and 7th inning reliever. Pretty good breaking ball there. He went around, did Churko. And that's the pitch that has just been his Achilles, that breaking ball off the plate outside. Churko, a couple of ground outs to second and a strikeout tonight. And 0-2, really quickly in front.
Jason Grilly spent a year on the shelf. A lot of times guys are put on the shelf because of the Tommy John surgery. Well, his case was a right knee reconstruction. That was back in 2010. He got back healthy in 2011, signed as a free agent with the Pirates, and he's been there ever since. I love to hear guys battling back from injuries, These guys are hopeful. They got the rally caps. Padres need some rally shillelaghs.
Well, that's what makes Jason Lane's story so great. Not giving up the dream.
Yeah.
You love the game. You don't want to quit. You want to play. You love the uniform. That's too good to take. Strike 3. Really punches out Alonso and Jerko. And the Padres down to their final out. Chris Denorfia.
Well, this is pinpoint control. Outside corner, knee high.
It's a tough pitch.
Perfect
pitch.
Not much that even the great hitters can do with that pitch there. Maybe flare it the opposite way.
If you could have thrown every pitch right there, you'd be in the Hall of Fame. Or you'd be in some Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and if a strike was down and away, I'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Bouncer to second off the bat of Denorfia. Walker throws him out, and the ball game is over. The Pirates pitching dominates again. They win it tonight, 4-1. Let's go to Mike Pomerantz.
Coming up in the post-game show, we're going to talk about Jesse Hahn's Major League debut and also Jason Lane, his big league debut as a pitcher. A lot to talk about there. You're going to hear from Buddy Black, and we're going to have a preview of tonight's SD Live featuring Tyson Ross and super agent Lee Steinberg.